what I really want to talk about is sales initially and how it's different at a startup compared to a more established company. Because I think sometimes there's a perception that, well, if you're good at sales at a large company like a Salesforce, Adobe, you could come to a startup and it's the same. And you and I both know that's not the case. So talk to me about how you've seen it be different.
For sure. I heard it referred to recently on LinkedIn as the magic rep, which I had never heard before, which I was like, of course, in love with because that's like just convenient for me. But yeah, it's extremely different. And I've been at, enterprise on enterprise teams, run enterprise teams, and then, been progressively smaller and smaller startups. And now like being really part of a founding team and around from the beginning, I think, speak pretty confidently to how and why it's so different. And I think like it comes down to just everything is experimental all day. Um, Nothing is done yet already. And that's like whether you're a leader or an AE or whatever it is. Like if you need a resource, guess what? Like it doesn't exist. If you're looking for like a narrative or a deck or a talk track that you can just like come in and memorize and then like learn how to personalize, guess what? You have to build it because it doesn't exist yet. Um, and then like depending on where you are in your like product market fit journey too, like not only once you create those assets or like get it down and know what you're selling and start getting good at it, it has to change again. And because you haven't figured it out yet. Like we're finally at a place in our business where we've got that now, and it does get a little bit easier. It gets harder in other ways, but like, yeah, just because you have figured out the story doesn't mean you're telling it right or that that's the story. So always having an openness and understanding of like, should I be doing this entirely differently? And there's some ways to know whether or not that's the case and whether or not it's working. But and then it's also just like nobody knows you. So there's an incredible burden. Like everyone's a bit of a marketer from a very early stage as well. So it's a lot. It's a lot.